For the first time in nearly 6 years, the story has shifted. Prince Harry, who once said he could never bring his wife and children back to Britain, has finally won a Home Office review of the decision that stripped him of 24-hour armed police protection. And just like that, the possibility of a reunion long thought impossible suddenly feels a little closer. Because this isn't just about security. It's about family. It's about Archie and Lilibet, now 6 and 4, whom King Charles has not seen since the Platinum Jubilee in 2022. It's about a father who told the world, "I can't see a world in which I bring my wife and children back." And it's about the one issue that has quietly defined the Sussexes' entire relationship with the UK, safety. But to understand how significant this U-turn is, we have to go back to 2020. When Harry stepped down as a working royal, something unprecedented happened. His security risk rating was lowered. This, despite the fact he had once been listed alongside the late Queen and the Prime Minister as facing the most serious threats. The downgrade meant he lost automatic police protection, a move Harry later described as a good old-fashioned establishment stitch-up. He appealed. He fought in court. And he lost. The Home Office celebrated the ruling. Harry felt abandoned. And the rift deepened. But behind the scenes, the concerns kept growing. Harry argued that traveling to the UK, even for charity events or family emergencies, was dangerous without proper protection. He said he wanted to bring Meghan and the children home, but couldn't. The risk was too high. The system wouldn't allow it. So he wrote to the new Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, demanding a reassessment. And now, remarkably, he's getting one. The Sun revealed that RAVEC, the Royal and VIP Executive Committee, has ordered a full-threat reassessment, the first since early 2020. Evidence is already being collected from police, intelligence contacts, government officials, and Harry's own team. A decision is expected next month. If the review concludes Harry does require armed protection, taxpayers would once again cover his security when he is in the UK. Ironically, some insiders argue this would be cheaper than the case-by-case system currently in place. Harry now must notify the Met Police 30 days in advance of any visit, triggering a temporary and costly security operation each time. A dedicated team might actually cost less. But the financial debate is only the surface layer of this story. Because underneath it sits a far more human question. If Harry regains protection, will the Sussex family finally return? King Charles last saw Archie and Lilibet when they were toddlers. He has never spent meaningful time with them and has rarely spoken about the distance, but those close to the palace say the absence weighs heavily, especially after his cancer diagnosis this year. A safe return for the children would open the door to healing a family split across continents. And yet, Harry's own words suggest caution. In a fierce 30-minute interview earlier this year, he said, "The other side have won in keeping me unsafe. I don't see a world in which I bring my wife and children back at this point." He has still returned alone, including last September, when he reunited with his father for the first time in 19 months. But each trip has carried its own tension: security briefings, last-minute clearances, lawyers on standby. A formal reinstatement would change everything legally, logistically, emotionally. Even so, the UK government remains guarded. A spokesman said, "The protective security system is rigorous and proportionate. We do not discuss individual arrangements." Carefully worded. Non-committal. But unmistakably different from the tone of the past 4 years. And so, for the first time in a long time, there is movement, a shift in tone, a crack in the door that once seemed sealed shut. If the review determines Harry does require armed police protection, the path home becomes clearer. For Archie. For Lilibet. For a grandfather who has already lost so much. And for a family whose story is still being rewritten, one decision at a time. The question now is simple, and yet enormous. If the UK finally offers Harry the safety he has long asked for, will the Sussexes walk through that door?